Oh, hello there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome along to episode 26.
26.
Of the Bat and the Bandit podcast with myself,
bitch.
Phil Campbell, my best friend, the white word, Mr. Lee Rogers. Lee, how the hell are you, mate?
Good, mate. How have you been? What's been going on?
Good. Been a busy week, to be fair, hasn't it?
See now you've said that, I drew a complete blank. What happened?
What has been going on? Well, I've had two shows back
You've
to
been
back.
right back to back.
So
I've missed you, mate. I fucking missed you.
Do you know what?
You were just back from China and then you fucked off again for like the whole week there, so I've never seen you at all.
I have so much work to do at the minute because I was telling you earlier, now I'm starting I have a show every weekend. So the PFL on Saturday.
Are you working on it?
I might be doing a bit of media work for
good. That's good.
For a YouTube channel.
And Paul, have you spoke to Paul? Have you seen how's he doing? Is he?
Last I spoke to Paul was a cage conflict, and as far as he's on weight and everything, he's good to go. But that's going to be awesome.
Brilliant.
Then the week after, I'm in Geneva. We'll see how she feels about that. No, the country, Switzerland, capital city, Geneva. Then the weekend after, I'm in Bordeaux. The weekend after, I'm in Tenerife.
Is that Hexagon, Bordeaux?
Yes,
yeah,
indeed.
Good.
And then the weekend after, I'm in Ljubljana, Slovenia.
Fantastic.
So busy, mate. Keeping busy. So you're not going to see a hell of a lot of me over the next 5 weeks.
That's okay.
So
I'll try and get my fucking Phil fix where I can.
Sorry about that.
Don't worry about it.
What's been happening with you, mate?
I've drawn a blank. What have I been doing? Nothing.
There's a week.
Oh shit! Yeah, fucking revival. Are we talking about that? All right?
Yes,
yeah,
mate. Let's talk about revival.
No, we can't actually talk about it.
Yeah.
Do you know what? We've been talking about it the whole time, like, haven't we?
You see,
and,
right.
then a couple of months ago, or about a month ago, Carrie, one of the girls that are working alongside the guys that made it, said, "Please don't be talking about this anywhere." And I was like, "Fuck." I was like, we've talked about it literally on every episode since fucking...
No, thank fuck, only my sister, your brother. A few people listen to the podcast, but yeah, so what can you make? What's the official announcement that you're able to make on your side? What's the crack?
Well, it's coming out on the 12th of June, the first step. I'm assuming the first episode is that the
first episode is being released in the States.
In the States, Sci-Fi Network on
the Sci-Fi Network.
Should be able to get us somewhere here.
I've spoken to a few insiders, and they said that there's a potential Netflix deal for outside of the US.
Fuck.
But if not, there is a Sci-Fi channel here in the UK. It may just be released a wee bit slower. But you can download the app, use a VPN.
I'm looking forward to it, man. It was a nice thing to be able to do. Gareth Dunlop and I got together. We recorded the first song that in the last episode a few years back. So, but they loved it that much. So we done it as a duet. So I thought to myself, if we do a song together now, we'll do it as a duet again for the first episode. So we're using those two songs, man. I don't think there's very many from pop culture. I think it's the composer's working on it. So it's all
These
that
are
sort of
essentially bookending the show.
Yeah, that's it. So first episode, I'm assuming the outro to the first episode is
going
going to be us.
We bit alpha, we bit omega going on.
It's cool as fuck, man.
That is,
Yeah.
and genuinely,
I do like getting a good sync with the music. Like it's fucking great.
I've said to you before, mate. I think it's some of the best stuff you've done.
Fuck, mate,
and it is genuinely a lovely song. Like because I remember. I'm not flirting with you, like not with your wife still here. Like, I remember. I think I was going somewhere for work, and I was at a layover in Turkey, and you sent it to me.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting in the food court in Istanbul airport with my headphones in, having a wee fifth to myself.
Oh, you having a wee cry, were you, mate? That's that type of song.
I know it is. It's got for anyone that's aware of what revival is.
I'll go and check the fucking the trailer's out, man. It looks fantastic.
The trailer's out, and not only that, you can buy the anthology of the comic book. It's printed by Image Comics, so it's a wee bit left of center. The core ethos of it is it's sort of based in Wisconsin, and there's a number of people that have died, and what happens is they all come back to life.
Yeah, and it kind of pulls two estranged sisters.
Yes.
A young one and an older one that's a cop, and pulls them together again to kind of sort of survive and work out what's going on.
One of the main characters is a detective that's investigating what the fuck has happened with her. Her younger sister has come back on what's then known as Revival Day.
Oh, aye, because that's the day people start actually fucking waking up.
Where all these people have come back to life.
I thought, until I seen the trailer, I thought it was all going to be like sort of like newly dead folk, like just coming back to life, and they were going back to their normal lives, but I see a few zombie looking fucking things as well, so I'm not sure what the angle's going to be here.
See, as soon as you told me about it, I started reading the comics, so I
you?
have a wee bit of a sort of a vested interest in it now.
Yeah.
But
It's not everybody. Sure,
no,
it's not.
It's not everybody. I think there's only 23 or 24 people have come back.
Right, so they have to try and fucking back into society again.
But
he knows more about it than me.
This then uncovers a bunch of themes like grief, religion, social division, because these people who are known as revivers they have to sign a register.
Oh, to say that they've been dead, they're come back.
Exactly.
And they're coming back the way they were.
They're coming back the way they are, but no memory of the way they left.
Oh shit! Right, that's cool.
Yep. So
okay, cool.
And then there are the townsfolk start seeing what's known as these sort of like bioluminescent things in the woods.
Oh, okay.
And I know what they are, but I'm not going to say.
No, don't be telling me. Don't be telling me.
I mean, it's so conceptually, because it has these sort of double entendres or these subtext of social division, social control. Yeah. If you look a wee bit deeper into it, it's a really thought-provoking piece. Okay. So it's really, really cool.
Well, here, a big shout-out to Luke Boyce, who Luke's Lens, at Luke's Lens on Instagram, for fucking, I mean, those guys sat and wrote each episode.
Yeah.
I'm assuming with the kind of the baseline of the comic book, they wrote each episode from it. And I know the work that he's put into it, man. It's been fucking incredible to watch.
I can't see how it won't be successful.
It looks shot beautifully.
Yeah.
Whoever the cinematographer is fucking on the money there.
And they have. I think the comic book run was from February 2012 to June 2017. Right. So there's a massive pool of content to draw from there. So should this be the success that I believe it's perceived to be, there will be a massive run and there will be some seasons of this. Good. Which then.
So I hope I get music on each season, like so.
You want music on it? I want to fucking be in it.
Well, she won't let us. I've spoke to her about this.
Why?
Carrie, why will you not let us? Tell Luke that we'll be able to do. You don't even need to do the accent, man. We can go on as two fucking Irish men. It doesn't have to be.
I sent an audition tape.
Did you?
Essentially, because I may have had a 6-hour layover at an airport, and there's very little to do in an airport. But
poor Carrie Boyce got fucking 6 hours of you talking shit, didn't she?
So I was about 10 beers deep.
Right. And
I think she had I'd put up a story and she had liked it, and I was like, here, why am I not in Revival? She was like, oh, it's just like American accents and everything. I went through every American accent I could do to the point where she was giving me accents.
Give us a couple.
What kind of accent?
I don't know.
What kind of American do you want?
Give me fucking Ohio Comblay, the gentleman scoundrel.
Okay, so for people that don't know, Ohio Comblay is my alter ego. He is a southern gentleman from the bayou.
This came from every time I was typing fill in, it fucking auto-corrected it to Ohio, so that you've just kind of got that tag now, haven't you?
So Ohio Comblay is a little bit of a southern gentleman who made his money in the sugar plantations.
You have anybody working for him around there?
Some in the field, some in the house.
You're a bad cunt. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Please.
My weekend, as I say, was very, very busy. This is something I wanted to talk about, going from the sublime to
yes, mate, this is fucking ridiculous. Go ahead.
So I was working an MMA show on Saturday. I'm not going to mention names, not going to mention promotions, but it was kind of split into two parts.
Yep.
So you had the main MMA show, which was fantastic. Great fights, great matchmaking. But prior to that, you had almost like a white-collar MMA event. I think it was a 12-week training program.
And that's a very popular thing at the minute.
It's a very popular thing, and I have my issues with that from the get-go.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
I
don't think you can train for 8 or 12 weeks and fucking go and do anything. But anyway, that's just me.
I think you can kind of get away with it with boxing.
Right.
But because MMA is such a multifaceted sport.
Yep, you're not getting anything good.
Yeah, then there's so much nuance to MMA. You're not going to be competent in 12 weeks.
Absolutely fine.
It's just going to be a shit show. However, this particular show had like this 12-week training program.
Yeah.
And it was meant to be on the premise that one team trained for 12 weeks, another team trained for 12 weeks, and then they were massed adequately.
Okay.
Observing some of the fights.
Yep.
That just wasn't the fucking case.
So you're saying that there was people who have fought, there was fighters, there were people who have been training.
There was people for a fact I know have fought on other shows because I recognise them.
That is fucking ridiculous. If you're one of those people, you need to pull your head out of your arse. That's an ego thing. That's a fucking ego thing. That's ridiculous.
I watched the guy throw a picture perfect spinning heel kick. And I'm thinking after 12 weeks, you're not doing that. You're not doing that. I later found out he was a black belt in Taekwondo.
And here, so is nobody looking at backgrounds or anything? Or nobody's saying
how can you do that?
with a clear conscience.
Yeah, how can you do that?
Man.
I'll be honest, like, you see to the people who do that, you know, in that moment, like, yeah, you score a knockout over somebody who's a legitimate novice, has never trained at all in their life. You're a bitch.
Yeah, that's it.
Your cock must be that
fucking 12 weeks and I'll come and do it.
Your cock must be that fucking small that you feel the need to go in and be a bully, and it's a sad, damning indictment of where people's fucking heads are at in the modern society.
Just want to be a fighter.
That's it. Just want to. As a practitioner myself, I never went into a fight knowing that it was a fight I was going to win.
Yeah.
I was knowing that it was a fight I could win. Yes, you were confident in your ability, but you were never like, this is going to be a fucking shutout.
Yeah.
And if you're entering it into it just to be seen to be, it's pretty fucking sad.
Yeah.
And do you know what? I don't blame the promoters.
Right.
I don't blame the promoters.
They're just trying to sell tickets, man.
They're trying to sell tickets, and they're
not doing background check. You can't background check that shit. You can't.
Man. It's not an exact science. But for that, there was one guy I've seen fight on 2 separate shows.
All right.
And he came out, and I was like, "What's
he doing in there?"
And he knocked the boy out, which was expected. But then he fucking ran about like chocolate, jumping up on the cage with his arms raised, and I just thought,
"Oh, you fucking prick, whoever you are!"
Absolute
Jesus
clown.
Christ, man.
But and then Sunday. So to move on from that.
Fuck you have notes, buddy. I'm going to start writing notes too.
Like you say every show? All right, no worries. Then Sunday, I was working a boxing show with the great and powerful Mr. Ian Mahood.
How was that? He's fucking brilliant, isn't he?
I'm going to have to fucking pull his horns in a wee bit.
Is he getting too good?
He's getting too fucking good, mate. Now, don't get me wrong. It's an easy day for me because I'm just sitting there and I'm like, Ian, what do you think?
And is he breaking it down, is he?
And he's breaking I'm sitting there just fucking drinking my Red Bull, eating my Galaxy.
How's he getting away for so long without swearing? He does a lot of swearing.
He does. But you know what? He's actually very good at turning the out professional head.
Is he? So it's two different Ians in.
So no, but he's like, well, obviously, like we've watched fights with him, and the way he breaks it down, it's just so accessible, so easy to listen to. So that was a lot of fun.
Happy days.
Really enjoyed that. And then Monday. What did we do on Monday, mate?
We went to the fucking Giant's Causeway.
Yes, we did.
We have a young American musician staying with us at the minute. He's never been here before. Mr. Isaac, there he is over there. Gives a wee wave, son. How are you?
Sam, Isaac.
Look, I've kept him alive for nearly a week.
I know,
he's not bad. Look, he looks fit and healthy.
Mr. Isaac Goldstein. And I know what you're all thinking, must be a Protestant. But no, he's not, so he's dead on. We jokes. But no, we thought.
Well, we jump in the car and head up the coast.
Yeah.
Mate, I know I've been to the Giant's Causeway. I don't remember any of it, so it was actually quite nice to fucking visit. You know what I mean? I didn't get as many beers as we hoped. But,
we didn't. I had to get away from one at one stage. But Samuel Johnson said of the Giant's Causeway, worth seeing but not worth going to see.
So what does that mean? So I mean, it's not very far from anywhere in this country. It's not
like
to
be fair, he was English, and it was the
same. Said, well then, fucking there you go. There's your fucking answer. He was English. Did you just say?
He was English. Yeah.
Fuck you, Samuel.
Well, he's dead now. 1709 to 1784. He lived.
I'm glad you're dead. You can't. But don't like that about fucking Giant's Causeway. But no, fucking English bastard. Fuck you, you fucking English here. Anyway, sorry.
But no,
I do like some of you.
But it was cool though.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like you are. Obviously, we take it for granted. You see, when you
because it's on your doorstep. You don't think
it's on your doorstep, but there was only an hour up the road. Really, an hour up the road, and it is just there is a beauty to it that I don't think you appreciate until you're actually there and you take a wee moment to take it in. And there is something majestic about it.
There is. What else did we do yesterday? Is that it? Just Giant's Causeway?
Well, I'm not done with the Giant's Causeway yet.
Oh, are you still talking about it?
Still talking about the Giant's Causeway.
Finn McCool. Tell us about Finn McCool. Go ahead.
The story of Finn McCool. Mythological story.
Right.
I was thinking about it. This kept me up last night.
It's not a true story, like, you know what?
No, but it's not. But everyone's like, oh, Finn McCool, big fucking giant and all, big hard hurl from over here. So he was. The story makes him sound like a wee bit of a bitch.
Because he ran away, didn't he?
Yes.
And then pretending to be a baby when he seen the size of the Scottish giant.
Exactly. So for people that don't know, Finn McCool and this Scottish giant, Ben Donner was his name, right?
I don't believe the story for a second. We wouldn't. Anyway, go ahead.
I think it's written down somewhere, so it must be true. So Finn
McCool, fucking Scottish giant wrote this story, didn't he?
So
that's not something we'd admit to.
Ben Donner and Finn McCool were slabbering each other from across the way.
That means it must have been big enough to hear each other.
So Finn McCool was like, if we have Ben and Donna, you're a wanker. And they were saying, no, fuck you.
You're a wanker.
No, you're a wanker. Fuck you. So,
fuck you.
They were going back and forth with us to the point where Finn McCool was like, right, tell you what I'm going to fucking do. Right? I'm going to fucking build a wee fucking bridge over, go and knock his barracks in. So he was ripping up bits of the earth, building a bridge of stone to go over.
Were the hexagonal pillars already there when he was ripping it up, or did he make those?
He made those, so he did.
He cut them all out.
So he goes over, he's like, right.
Because there was probably an easy way to make a bridge, like.
Well, listen.
You know what I mean? Quicker way.
Giants, they're big, they're not smart.
Right, go.
So goes over on the wee bridge.
Yep.
He's like, right, I'm going to go fucking knock fucking Ben and Donna's barracks in, so I am. I'm a fucking giant.
I knock his content.
Gets over it, he sees him, he's like, fuck me, he's massive. And then Ben and Donna sees him, he's like, right, you wee bastard, let's fucking go.
Let's fucking go.
Ben McCool apparently does a runner.
Yep, back across.
Runs back, gets this message, like, Jesus Christ, I'm not fucking feeding him, he's fucking massive. She's like, listen, would you fucking calm down, right? Get in the fucking bed there, right? Pretend you're the fucking baby and all, right? So then Ben and Donna comes along. Alright, I'm looking for Finn, I'm going to kick his bollocks in. He's like, he's not here, so he's not here. Do you want to come in and wait? Maybe stick a kettle on and all. He's like, that's a wee bit weird, but I all right, no worries.
They have kettles, do they?
I didn't do. Big kettles, because giants.
Massive.
So he's sitting there and time's running out and everything, and he's like, right, where the fuck is he? And she's like, no, I'm gonna have to feed the baby here. It's Finn McCool as the baby, pretending.
Baby bonnet and all that.
So then Ben and Donna's like, well, fuck me, if that's the size of the Wayne, what's the da like?
Aye.
So then he retreats, raking up the bridge on his way.
Aye.
Now to me, that's
hardly.
That's like, what's the crack with Finn?
That's fucking. That's from the Scottish perspective, man.
It is a wee bit.
I want to hear what Finn has to say about this.
But
you know what I mean?
There was a wild load of people there yesterday.
There was a lot of people. Well, it was a bank holiday, wasn't it?
I suppose it was a bank holiday, but it was a wee bit too much. At one stage there was that many people there. I was I need to go away and have a wee pint here on my own to get a breather. I know. But I resettled and everything. And
I can see it. And I can see when your fucking autism's getting too much for you.
Large groups of people, mate. Especially when they're
large groups of people, odd numbers.
Aye.
Fucking food has to be set out a certain way.
Well, I just like routine.
Here, I was laughing the other day. I seen a thing where they were saying about like your dad saying fucking autism didn't exist when I was a boy. Way to play my train set here. I'll see you. I'll see you in 4 hours.
think of like your auntie or something at the house, and she never took the plastic off
the fucking settee.
Off the settee and all. Like,
there you go.
We said about it before. So autism didn't exist 50s, 60s, 70s, maybe even 80s and 90s. They were just considered a wee bit weird or characters. Or a wee bit of a character.
Looking back at me,
could only eat certain types of foods and all. It's a wee bit weird. Could only eat certain types of food and all.
I think if everybody was to go and get the fucking test done, I think everybody is essentially on the spectrum. There's nobody gets that test done that comes back that, no, you're fine, mate. There's no such thing as fine.
Well,
there's no such fucking thing as fine.
That's why it's a spectrum, isn't it?
That's right across the board. That's it.
From one north of Ireland phenomenon to another.
Yep.
It's a crack with kneecap at the minute.
Oh, mate.
Mm-hmm. Wee bit interesting.
It is interesting. Culturally, I think they're fantastic. Right. Culturally,
we're going to have to preface this by saying, because we are going to have a wee chat about Palestine and Israel.
Yeah, of course.
Now we're going to have to preface this by saying, on this island, you cannot have an objective conversation about Palestine and Israel.
No, you can't. And the problem is that Ireland is very, very for Palestine. In Northern Ireland here, the Protestants aren't, but I'm wondering how much of that is just to be opposite of what they are.
That's 100% it.
I'm not saying it's not an educated thing. Yeah. I'm wondering how many, because the Catholic areas, the nationalist areas put the Palestinian flags up. Was the kickback and loyalism just to put the opposite up? I don't know.
To be honest, I think that's it, and that's why.
And that's not me. We have friends across the divide here, far and wide.
But that's what I mean.
I'm just wondering about that.
You can't have an objective conversation about it, because a conversation about Palestine and Israel isn't about Palestine and Israel over here.
It's not.
It's about Catholic and Protestant.
Yep.
It's about North and South.
It's not the same thing, man.
No, it's not.
The genocide that they got did not happen here.
It's not.
Unless after the famine,
It's not. But Kneecap have found themselves in a wee bit of hot water, because they've recently had their American work visa revoked.
Have they? So they had the same theater visa probably as I had.
I think
I got it took off them.
Yeah, I think it was their sponsor then because of the backlash.
But here, all this publicity, man, is just making people jump on it. You know what I mean?
More people are aware of Kneecap and talking about Kneecap than probably were before. So not only that, but they've had to cancel like an innumerable amount of gigs due to the support, and they're raising awareness of what's been going on in Palestine. And I think that the thing that I think it shouldn't be contentious is the fact that in the last 18 months, 52,000 people have been killed by the Israeli army.
Yep, 52,000 in a month.
52,000 in 18
months.
18
that's
months.
Your wives, children, your
that's civilians.
That's
not a made up statistic. That's coming from the Gaza Health Ministry.
Man,
do you know what I mean?
You can't begin to fucking imagine that. Imagine if that was here. In a month, 52,000 of ours, your kids, your fucking
18
wife.
months.
18 months, right, okay. Imagine how fucking... Can't begin to fathom that.
It's scary.
There's no... This is a no-brainer. And I'm from a Protestant background. This is a no-brainer. This should not be happening.
You should never be castigated for... It's the weirdest thing for me at the minute, because it's like, you're essentially coming out and saying, listen, I believe the murder of children is wrong.
Yeah.
And that makes you a dissenting voice.
Yeah.
And again, I'm not saying that from a political point of view, a socio-religious point of view, or anything like that. Just what is happening is fucking wrong.
There's a massive knock-on effect. The world is doing some strange shit at the minute, man. I'm having some weird fucking moments to myself as well, like just thinking about it and trying to put shit together.
It got me with my sociological, criminological head on me.
Which you're qualified at?
My degree's in criminology. So in 1972, Stan Cohen wrote a book called Folk Devils and Moral Panics. Okay, so he said that it was originally about the mods and rockers on Brighton Beach. Are you aware of that? The mods and the rockers fought on Brighton Beach. That's what it was originally
big
about.
Thing. What was the movie they made about that? Quadrophenia?
Yes.
Yep.
So what the kind of the overarching theory that he came up with is that there are people who are then created as bastions of misdirection to throw heat onto. So this is what Kneecap are at the minute. They have become the folk devils in this moral panic.
They're the folk devils. They're putting out music. The rest of the world is falling to shit, and everybody's eyes are on them.
Yeah, so
that's what's happening here.
It's in the same thing. There was the satanic panic in America
in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah, in the 80s and 90s. So that this becomes then a misdirect for what's actually going on. And so it's
they were covering the Cold War and all, weren't they?
Rather than address the actual issue at hand, let's demonize those who are speaking about that and make them the problem, as opposed to actually addressing the issue. So,
but indirectly, they're getting all the fucking support they need now.
Not only that, they're currently being investigated by the counter-terrorism police.
Is that right? For hate speech?
In November 20...
Is this a British counter-terrorism police?
Fuck me, in November 2023.
Oh my God, you can say fuck off.
Said the only good Tory is a dead Tory, and to kill your local MP. Now...
Did they say that?
Yes, they said that, and they've apologised for it. But they've said it at a gig. And what is a gig if not fucking performance art?
It's a performance. It's satire.
And are you going to then, for anything that's been said in a motion picture, are you then going to fucking arrest the actor?
That's the way to put it.
And not only, so this has been said, but it raises the bigger question of, why are we not going after anyone that said anything misogynistic in their music? Who said something misogynistic or derogatory about women or derogatory about
any fucking early Eminem song?
Eminem song. What NWA had this as well.
NWA.
So they have created these folk devils rather than address the actual socio-economic issue or the socio-political issue that's going on at the time.
You're saying an awful lot of big words there, mate. Keep going. Keep going.
But it's a complete misdirect, and I don't get why. It's so obvious to me. Rather than governments address the issue, hold their hands up and say, yeah, there's bad stuff going on right now. But did you hear what they said?
Yeah.
Did you hear what they're doing?
That's it.
They're the bad ones.
And every sort of decade, there's a scapegoat for something big, man. And that's what they are at the minute. You know what I mean? It was the Sex Pistols in the late 70s. Yeah. You know what I mean? They weren't allowed to be played anywhere. The stuff they were saying, this is comparable to that. I think only they've got a bigger platform now. Do you know what I mean? It's fucking nuts, man. It's so important to remember to yourself that you do have a right to say and feel whatever the fuck you want, but you also have a duty to be careful about where you put that, because there's certain, you don't need to always stoke a fucking fire, like, you know what I mean?
Especially in the modern age, everything can be misinterpreted and manipulated.
Especially on a text or on a snippet of fucking video.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Don't get this bit before, that bit after this bit. Here's the bit that's going to make them sound bad.
Like, the performance art is vastly, like, if you actually listen to the way these people talk,
Yeah.
I do think they're quite intelligent individuals.
Well, they are. Look where they are. Look what they've done.
Exactly.
Look what they've done. You don't do that without having a fucking head on you, Phil.
But the conversation is about them and not about the actual issue. And that's what I think is strange.
Yeah.
Because it's carefully curated to point fingers at them rather than being like, what are we doing about the actual issue at hand?
Nobody wants to talk about that issue, man. That's the problem.
Another big issue.
The world is fucking divided.
Speaking about how divided the world is.
Yep.
AntiChrist is making a wee appearance, is he?
Fuck the Mahdi.
Are they? Are they?
Mahdi. No,
I'm leaving this to you, mate, because I know very little about this.
Okay.
One, because it scares the living shit out of me.
Yeah. Man, I mean, whenever he started, I seen that first couple of videos that came up with him, and I was like,
of who?
Abdullah, he's so what he is he is supposed to be the incarnation of the Messiah for Islam. Right?
Okay.
Now,
So he's prophesied to appear at the end of times.
Prophesied to appear at the end of times.
Right.
And the thing about it is that the problem is he knows his place and what he is in the scriptures across the Bible as well as the fucking Quran. So when
Is he mentioned in the Quran?
He's mentioned in the Quran a lot, but he's mentioned in the Bible by Isaiah, who talks about the false prophet, and the false prophet was coming to the false prophet and that other religion, essentially, which is Islam. You know what I mean? Because he's named by name, and because he knew that, it makes me know that he knows that to one specific group, he's going to be the AntiChrist, which is the Christian group. You know what I mean? Whether he is or not, I'm not sure that he's. I mean, he knows his shit. He knows his shit.
So this Abdullah is a real person.
Is a real person.
Who's claiming to be.
Yeah, Abdullah is the given name of who he thinks he is, the incarnation of.
So he's a real person that's been putting out content, like YouTube videos or something.
Yeah, well, he seems to have a fucking massive following already. But the worrying thing is that any of his new followers that come in, he's encouraging them to sell their houses, sign a document with him, which essentially means that they are his, and
he's giving off fucking David Koresh vibes.
He's giving off David Koresh vibes.
So I have a theory about this, right?
I think he might be a CIA plant.
I was about to say the exact fucking same.
Oh, were you?
Yes,
there you go.
genuinely.
I think he's a fucking plant.
So
he's an American who's out doing this here at a time when the world has this, when the world's barriers have been broken down to the ethereal and the metaphysical. Right. So all of a sudden we've got fucking UFOs in the sky. We've accepted that. We've got things going on coming out of the sea. We've accepted that. We've got a fucking madman driving the fucking ship, sailing the ship. He's at the helm. We've accepted that. Everybody's accepted that. You know what I mean? Everybody's accepted that their fucking favourite pop artists and all are fucking rapists and pedos. And it's all been accepted. And they've just went, okay, let's get this cunt to say this and have everybody who has an inkling of fucking faith or religion them shiting themselves, and it'll take the fucking heat off us.
Because maybe they're just looking for that one thing to hold on to.
And this guy you don't know what this guy's deal could have been. He could have been on his arse, family fucked. Right, here's what we're going to do. You know a lot about this shit. You're a scholar at the, on the scriptures. You know what you're talking about. What if we were to give you this, or make sure your family, now here's what's going to happen to you, and it's not very nice, but we'll do it quickly. We'll get rid of you quickly, but we'll make sure that your family has everything they need, and you're going to be fucking famous as fuck for a while. And him just going, okay, let's do it.
So is this another potential misdirect?
Yeah.
By the unofficial powers that be?
He's not the fucking Antichrist, mate. You only have to listen to
Is he misdirecting from who is the Antichrist?
Well, he doesn't claim to be the Antichrist either. There's a couple. There's three, I think. There's a Trinity, but then there's another Antichrist Trinity. And what he is, if you look at it in Scripture, what he is the great liar. Okay? The great liar, who is the first one that comes in to ease in for the Antichrist, then the beast.
I'm a liar. I'm the greatest liar.
I'm the greatest liar.
I'm the best liar ever. I do the lying better than anyone else. I'm the greatest liar. This guy's the worst.
No, but you get me? Does that make sense?
Well, I think that maybe he's been in the same way that fucking was it MK Ultra had fucking Manson
LSD trials and all.
Well, Manson was their guy.
They fucked his head up, mate.
Manson was their guy.
Manson wasn't a serial. Everybody tags him as a fucking serial killer. He didn't kill anybody.
No.
Well, he killed one guy, I think, when he was a young man.
He said he did.
He said he did. There's no proof. But then Jim Morrison said he did as well.
Yeah.
That's what fucking not This Is the End. What's the other one? There's a killer on the road, bound
Riders in the Storm.
Riders on the Storm. That's it. He says that song's about him killing the guy on the road.
But then again, like the whole MK Ultra thing was like essentially like there's theories that fucking Manson was a CIA operative.
Yeah.
And this was all.
So they say, but has that actually been out yet? Have they got any documents about that? Is there?
I don't know. I'm just going by. Nothing we say is fact. It's all
we kind of just say shit, don't we, man? You know, I don't want anybody taking this on board.
So the Antichrist has come back. Is essentially what
we're If that is a thing, man, you know, because I don't lean towards those religions and I don't have any fucking faith in them at all. I don't like their gods. I don't like anything to do with it. But I'm finding this very fucking interesting.
Yeah, you see, I'm not too involved in it because it scares me a wee bit. But you're all in on it, aren't you?
100%. 100%. As soon as shit like this comes up, that's biblical. I mean, you have to even look at it from the Christian point of view. That Christ didn't know that he was the Christ until he was sitting in the garden and he says to God, "If this isn't for me, take it away from me. If I don't have to do this, let me not fucking do it."
Eli Labus Sabatani.
That's the one. And
my God, why have you forsaken me?
So in the book of Daniel, it tells you that's what he will, the Messiah to the Hebrews will say at the very end. So when he's on the cross and he says that, and that's documented, right? He knew that he had to say that to fulfill the prophecy. He knew that the prophet, if I don't say this, the prophecy isn't fulfilled and I'm not the Messiah. So there's kind of part of me going, is that all you have to do? Do you just have to fulfill the prophecies of what
you just have to know what you have to say?
What you have to say and where you have to be at a certain time, what you have to do. So you can read that as a fucking a guide manual and put yourself in that position, which is where I think this cunt, Abdullah, the fucking Antichrist, I think he's just going through, knows what he has to say, knows his placement, knows what he wants to say that he's going to do.
So like a tick box exercise?
That's it. All fucking boxes ticked. Okay, tick, tick, tick. That's it. I fulfilled the prophecy. It's me. Do you know what I mean?
That's a wee bit scary.
That's scary. That's scary because when you think about it, somebody smart enough, who's a good enough scholar at that shit, anybody could do it.
So basically you're describing any cult leader?
Any cult leader. That's it.
Speaking of cult leaders.
Go ahead.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump, man.
What's he been at?
Mate, he's a fucking maniac.
Do you hear his latest one now?
Go ahead.
He's,
I've seen the one. I actually watched live. Sorry, man. I'm not trying to interrupt you.
No, you go ahead.
I watched as they were. I keep coming away from that microphone, kid. Sorry. I watched as they were talking about the fucking what was it? The can you tell us a nighttime one? Can you tell we're doing a nighttime?
Oh yes, it's not 8:30 or 7:30 in the morning.
We're a bit tired. We're a bit fucking. You know what I mean?
So we're having a wee beer, which lends itself to more expressive, loquacious, libacious kind of chat.
So his new thing, and I watched it as they voted. Guy came out and says they're not going to vote for this. This is ridiculous. This cannot be a thing. And he says, okay, they're putting a vote in for to be able to deport American citizens. And they all and the guy came out and he says, I'm so embarrassed. Everybody I thought that were going to say absolutely fucking not all voted for it.
How can they deport American citizens?
Where are you putting them? Where the fuck are they going? They're American citizens. It doesn't matter if they're fucking criminals or not. If they're not in jail, they're not doing anything wrong. Leave them the fuck alone. But they're deporting them to fucking jails and all in Ecuador and fucking Nicaragua and all that. Apparently, so that's a fucking concentration camp, Phil. That's a concentration camp. If you're being lifted from your street, you're a citizen, and you've done nothing wrong, and they have to say that they're lifting you and putting you away somewhere, you're going to a concentration camp. Last time this happened was in the 1940s, man.
It wouldn't be the first time that America as a country have.
I'm not going back to it.
Do you remember? So the Japanese after Pearl Harbor were essentially placed in concentration camps. They're rounded up from their homes and taken to military bases.
They're called FEMA camps in America, aren't they? FEMA, yeah. There's the Americans scared to say here. He's like,
he's staying here.
I'm not getting involved in this.
Internment camps. Well, here
you bring your mum and you come and you stay with us. You stay here. This is probably the last. Everybody loves the Irish. We're all right for a while.
The Irish know a wee bit about internment camps. To be fair,
all right, fucking right. Internment's nuts.
Another one that Donald Trump has come out and said he's placing a 100% tariff. Now he loves a tariff. Tariff's my favorite word. I love a tariff more than a Toblerone. I love a tariff. So 100% tariffs on films produced in foreign lands.
He is fucking up his own economy, Phil.
So he stated...
There's no boats in the ports, mate. There's nothing coming in.
What he stated is that he has authorised the US Department of Commerce and Trade representatives to start the process to impose the levy because America's film industry was dying a very fast death. Now, he said that that's because people are outsourcing and filming films in England, all over the place.
Make it so fucking expensive then?
Well, no, the reason I would say that the American film industry is dying is because it's run by child predators and rapists.
child predators and rapists.
So rather than address that issue, there's discussion about it. The problem is
Mate,
that films
he's
being
a
outsourced.
cunt. Did you see the thing that they're doing now as well? They're checking your phone as you're heading into the country to see if you've been slabbering about, and you have to put your fucking code in. You're not getting in the country.
So there's not a fucking chance you and I are getting into the States then?
Mate, not a chance. But that's what they're doing. Now, I seen it and it came up, and a lot of them come up. I don't know why my algorithm changed and give me all of that. Let's ask the American. Is that something that's happening? They're now checking phones on the way into the States to make sure you have not been slabbering about fucking that orange lip of fucking rapist motherfucker Trump. I'm definitely not getting in that. Yeah, are they? Okay. Fuck me, man.
So what Isaac said was X is now basically a circle jerk of people who are in love with Trump and Elon Musk.
Yeah,
that's dangerous now. So
that's dangerous. Now most of the country aren't in love with him.
But it's done under the guise. It's done under the guise of free speech as well, which is mad.
But he's trying to get that as well. He's trying to move something into place where you can't say anything offensive against the president of the United States, or you're fucked.
Ah, jeez, that's really scary.
Mate,
not only that, but
and the children thing as well. Disabled children and all can be fucking taken off their parents and all that as well. It's mate, it is descended into fucking madness. And I just worried because I have so many American friends that I love. There's one sitting there, there's one's listening to this here all the time.
What's the feedback? What's the feedback you're getting from them?
Yeah, I'm worried for them, man. I got a message the other day. I put a thing up. I can't even remember what it was that I put up, but this lovely American friend of mine, she came on and she just says, Lee, we're all so scared, we're so worried, we're feeling the changes, everything has got more expensive. We're worried that because the ports are empty, with 60 days before food starts running if they don't work something out.
That's because of these tariffs that he's imposing, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
because
it.
now a lot of countries are saying like
you're not allowed to grow your own food on your own fucking. You're not allowed to have your own chickens around in America either.
What?
You're not allowed to grow your own food. You're not allowed to gather rainwater either. That's illegal in some states. A lot of states.
Are you sure?
Yes, you're not allowed to gather rainwater. They don't like you doing that. They don't want you to be able to fucking sustain yourself, mate. They've been doing that for years.
Yeah, but
that's not conspiracy. That's true. You look that up.
But Hollywood has to stay alive, though. So you know.
Yep. As long as the pedos and rapists are all right.
That's
a worrying fucking thought, isn't it?
Yeah.
Think about that, Phil. That's a worrying thought. That's where we're at.
Did you see the first couple of names in the P. Diddy trial? Like other celebrities have come out.
No, go.
First couple of names. Who was mentioned? Jimmy Fallon. Mike Myers was also mentioned.
Fuck. All the people that you grew up with.
Now again, these are people that have been mentioned who have attended the party. It doesn't mean that they're complicit in any kind of way.
Well, you see, I understand that, and I firmly believe that there's people that are on the Epstein Island list that didn't know what was going on. Do you know what I mean?
Shall I have a wee Google and see?
Yes, let's do it, man. Let's do it. I'm fucking in this fucking
the names. The P Diddy list. Is that what it is? The P Diddy list.
I don't know, man. I don't even like googling that shit. PC commentary.
No, I was never there. I never attended.
This is my jam, man. I love this shit. Yeah.
So celebrity names, a list of 190 names were presented to potential jurors. Let me see.
Now, are these 190 that have had allegations against them that haven't come out yet, or is this just what's on the list?
Michael B. Jordan is one.
Fuck!
Yeah. Now again, this just means that he attended.
These are guys that went to a party.
Mike Myers, Kid Cudi, former Destiny's Child member Michelle Williams, people I don't know. Young Miami, who apparently is a rapper. Is he a rapper?
Young Miami. You ever heard of him? No.
Michael B. Jordan.
Isaac Goldstein.
Isaac Goldstein is there.
Yeah.
Members of TLC, Pink, Gwen Stefani, Aretha Franklin. Now again,
there's no way we're all them people involved in the shit that he was doing.
There's no way.
There's like a core. I think there's a core to those parties where everybody knows what's going on. Don't tell. Let's have a party. And here's the room. It's locked up. Don't be fucking. You know what I mean? Madness, man.
Strange. Another thing we've discovered this week. Weed doesn't agree with me.
No, we've decided that having autism and smoking weed doesn't agree.
Now, the thing is that I desperately wanted to enjoy weed because I know of the medicinal benefits of it, and I've always wanted to hearing people talk about it, how chilled out it is and how lovely, and I've tried a number of times.
Do you know what gets me too?
But the last time we tried,
out the back,
we were watching something.
We went for a few pints and a game of pool and stuff, and came back and I said, "Do you want a joint?"
Yeah, and I thought, hey, let's try it. Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I went, and you fell asleep. and I was just there with a wee blanket around me. Just every insecurity that I possibly had. You were asking me questions before we went to sleep.
You were like, why are you asking me that?
What does that mean? Do you think, and you were only asking things like, do you reckon they filmed that all in one go? It's like, how would I know? I wasn't even there. Why would you even ask that?
Oh, mate. And you know the best about it too? See, if I'm not having an existential crisis with it, I don't think it's good weed. See, if I'm not sitting going, fuck me.
I was like, really? Everyone I know and love is going to die.
I know, mate. You know what? I had one the other day where I was thinking to myself about like how fragile the planet is flying through space. And I was like, all it takes is something big to hit us.
So how long? You actively want to feel like that?
Man, I get a kick out of kind of working shit like
that.
Go
but fuck yourself,
mate. I don't mind that shit.
Wait, if I go to make a coffee and I don't have enough milk, I have an existential crisis.
I know you do, mate, but I get them a weed, mate, and I fucking love it. I fucking love it. I have some great eureka moments on it as well. I'm like, fucking hell, and then it's gone. I just think to myself, I'm gonna have to start writing this down. By the time I get a pen, it's just. I can't remember what the fuck it was.
I am not right for days.
No, you weren't, mate. You didn't have that much. You had, what, half a joint?
Maybe half a joint. Like, for about 2 or 3 days afterwards, I am in a little cocoon of insecurity.
If I'm not sitting there thinking about fucking nuclear fusion and the fucking Ark of the Covenants and like how it's going to feel whenever we get fucking hit by something, mate, I don't think it's good weed.
I just wanted to ring my ma.
Did you? Mom, I love you.
Mom, I love you. And then she doesn't say it back and just hangs up. You're like, fuck.
Mate, do you know who loves you?
Appreciate that.
I love you, man.
Appreciate that, brother. Yeah. To finish off.
Oh, we're finishing off. Good. That was That was a nice fucking easy one.
That was a nice wee breezy one. Got a wee bit heavy going. It wasn't a usual mix of.
You were starting to go like that. I was starting to go, fucking aye. Yeah, but did you hear about that thing here? Or fucking here? Fucking we're gonna get hit in them. I was thinking what it's gonna be like flying up there, just going accept them dead. I'm just thinking about maybe getting a bit of prawn toast in the way. Prawn toast, aye.
But hey, listen.
We did hear that just while we're on the prawn toast thing. Just we're at my house last night, and this is a fucking pattern. This is a pattern I've noticed. And I was standing, Phil get in the car with Ian and Ingrid. So you were heading home.
They were giving me a lift home.
They were giving me a lift home. And I was standing at the door, having a wee smoke of a joint. Fucking
I wasn't.
Saying bye-bye to everybody.
I wasn't.
Are you sure? And the next thing I shoved out of the way by my wife. I was like, fuck me, what's going on? She's like, Phil! Right? And the next thing he screeches to a halt. It must be important. Window down. He says, here's your prawn toast. I said, get that in the fuck. That's my prawn toast. You can't keep fucking. I tell you, just looked after like a fucking Wayne. Right. You get all your shit and all. See, whenever I get the Chinese through at me, you get yours all set in the wee boxes and all set in the wee patterns and all, just to please your wee fucking spastic mind.
Technically, you're not allowed to say that. That's a hate crime, for one. Technically, I'm a vulnerable person, right? And as on paper, I'm a vulnerable person, therefore I need looked after a wee bit more than most. All right. And your darling wife, she's a good woman. She's aware of that, right? And she is willing to look after me and be aware of my disability. Because technically what you're doing is disability discrimination.
Is it?
It is.
Even if it's just against you.
Even if it's as a card carrying spacker, right? You're not allowed to do that to me.
Card carrying spacker.
Yes,
mate. That's what you are.
I have it here somewhere.
Have you got your autism card there? Here, look at the fucking do you have? What's that for?
Selling stuff.
We'll be out tonight. What's happening later?
To finish.
Right, go ahead.
PFL's happening on Saturday.
Yes, of course, that's going to be great.
So PFL's happening May 10th.
Can I watch it? If you're there at it, can I watch it on your thing? You've got the fucking channel that does that, haven't you?
I deleted it after the last one.
Did you? Why?
Because I would have had to pay £20 a month for not using it until the next time.
Get it back and I log on to it.
I'm not get a dodgy fire stick.
I don't know how to do that shit. Come on, mate.
I'm not downloading the app, re-registering to pay £20 just for you to watch it.
I'll give you the 20 quid.
No.
I'll give you the 20 quid, Phil. I don't know how to do it.
So the PFL is happening on the May 10th in the SSE Arena in Belfast. It is the PFL's promotional debut in the north of Ireland. They've held a bunch in the south, but
where's that?
It is headlined by Big News himself.
Oh, my.
Big News, Paul Hughes taking on Bruno Miranda.
What's Bruno like? I haven't seen any of his
Bruno's good, man. He's 17-5. He's coming off a decision win over Patricky Pitbull in June 2024. He's been in with some of the best in the world, guys like Brent Primus, Olivier Aubin-Mercier, Alex Martinez, former Brave Combat Federation lightweight champion, Ahmed Amir. And
is he in PFL now, is he? Has he moved over?
Yeah.
Did he get out of the Brave contract?
Yeah. Ahmed Amir's now in the PFL.
Brilliant.
But Paul Hughes coming off that big. I was nearly going to say win over Usman Nurmagomedov.
It felt like a win to me, mate, but anyway.
A fight we believe he won, and if anything, he's enhanced his own reputation with that fight. I believe with a big win here, he will get another shot at Usman.
Okay.
My biggest fear is then that fight will again be in the Middle East.
Where he has to knock him out, man.
Where he has to
knock him out.
Where he has to finish the fight. But it's huge for Irish MMA.
Yeah,
to be honest.
And here, have I heard a rumor that the fucking Odyssey sold out?
I think it is. I think it is. I'm gonna.
Fucking hell, well done.
I'm gonna be there in conjunction with MMA on point.
Will you see him at all?
No, nor will I try to.
Okay,
nor will I
try to. Stay away, and if it happens, it happens.
There's apart from Paul Hughes, obviously. Paul Hughes is probably the biggest name in Irish MMA at the minute. Yep, he'll have Liam Shannon, Pat McAllister in his corner.
That's fantastic, man.
Another big fight, Lewis McGrellan.
Go ahead.
Who last year, September 2024, beat Dean Garnett in what was widely considered a fight of the year. He's the 2024 PFL Bantamweight European Champion. He's taking on Alan Philpott.
Fucking Alan Philpott, man. Mate, I have not heard that name in a long time. Has he been working away?
He's been fighting away in Australia. He lives in Australia now. So Alan Philpott is only 32 years old.
Mate,
you forget.
So he's about fucking 20 years old whenever
he made his professional debut in February 2011. Now, he's been...
What age was he in?
It's
important to work that out.
Must have been 16, 17, 18.
Yep.
But this is his first time competing in Ireland since July 2017. That was Dublin. It's his first time competing in the north of Ireland since October 2014. So that's
one I would like to watch. Actually,
do you know what? Alan Philpott is a wonderfully interesting story.
Yeah.
By his own admission, he was a wee bit of a scallywag when he was younger.
Yeah.
But now he is the head well and truly screwed on.
Focused.
He's back over here. Is
he living here again?
I don't know if he's living here. If he's just over here for camp. But he's been over here for about a month or so, I think.
Get the co-headline on that. That's a good shout.
Back with Rodney Moore.
Good.
Doing bits and pieces. So, but then again, there's a host of fantastic Irish talent. Dickie McLean's fighting.
Right.
Team Torres fighter. Fantastic. He's part
Team
of
Torres still going, man. I haven't. Well, you're right in the middle of it. You're right in the middle of it. So
Team Torres are on nearly every show I go to.
Are they?
Yeah, they're still very prominent.
You don't hear anybody shouting about them.
No, they're a powerhouse team with some real great fighters.
Any EFR guys ever around these days?
I don't think EFR have a fight team.
Is it not a thing anymore?
Cork's John Mitchell is fighting again. He's now based in Dubai, but he's fighting. It'd be great to see him fight. FAI's Sean McCormick.
Good. Yeah.
It'd be great to see him out. Owen Sheridan, Corey McLaughlin, also another fantastic young Irish fighter fighting Nahum Wedi. Some great Irish talent on show on May 10th this Saturday. So I'm thoroughly looking forward to that. And that kind of starts, I suppose this weekend started a mad run. It'll be 6 weeks on the bounce for me doing something MMA related. I couldn't be fucking happier about it.
We have a good man. I know you love your job, man. It's very fucking apparent. But we have a stag do to sort out in between those times. So we're going to have to do like a midweeker.
Aye.
On them for young Tony, yeah.
Young Tony,
hit that coast and just fucking stop at places and go to sleep and drink and fucking.
Wait, here McCausland's pub. I think was it Cushendall.
McCausland's pub. That was Cracker yesterday.
I
got his number there, man. So he says to come and stay over, and we've got the bed and breakfast now.
Gave me a free pint because we both went to Garn Tower.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
2 wee Fenians.
On that note, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Bat and the Band, episode 26. Was it?
26, man. What's going on?
What is going on? Lee,
that's the most focused I've ever been for him.
Where can people find you on social?
Lee Rogers Music and L Rogers, ELROJERZ on Instagram, and Lee Rogers Music everywhere else.
My name is Phil Campbell. You can find me at PC_commentary on Instagram, Phil Campbell on Facebook, and Bat and the Bandit on all your socials. Ladies and gentlemen,
me too, Bat and the Bandit.
Thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.
That was great. Boom.